Harry the Destroyer's astonishing actions left Catherine and William in the dust. Hello, warm welcome to our Princess Diana news channel. As I said in my recent video, we can't blame King Charles and Prince William for snubbing Harry. Those who follow our Princess Diana news channel are also ambivalent. I'm going to talk about it later. Let's move on to Harry's latest shocking attempt to destroy his brother and sister-in-law. Thomas Wolfe's lines are as follows. You can never go home again, but clearly Harry is not a bookish person. So here we are. Another day, another tit-for-tat battle, and Harry defeated the best-laid plans of William and Catherine, Prince and Princess of Wales. My friends, I have to tell you, it feels like we are back 28 years later, as King Charles commemorates his first day on the throne. His mother dies and his sons head south, causing a bit of a civil confusion. The day has to be planned even before snack time. Here's how the royal family plans to mark the first anniversary of the late Her Majesty's death on September 8 last year. Charles and Queen Camilla were due to attend a memorial service at Crafty Kirk in Scotland, before William and Catherine were due to attend a private memorial service at St. David's Cathedral in Wales. Well, Harry arrived on Saturday, almost exactly the same time as William and Catherine arrived in St. David's. Harry showed up only to throw away the carefully laid plans of Buckingham Palace. On Friday, Harry was photographed leaving St. George's Chapel in Windsor, the Queen of the Lake's final resting place, minutes before the Prince and Queen were due to attend her service with a visit to pay their respects. Harry managed to fulfill all these plans. Initial reports suggested that Harry had done so, but the Sun later claimed that he had actually been given a private vigil and that the church had been opened especially for him. It is important to understand how Harry's visit to the church was reported in the media. The story about Harry has been covered more, or it has been covered about the same as what Charles and William and Catherine have been up to. Considering how much planning went into this day, it was supposed to go off without any problems, but instead it was hijacked by Harry, and then a day later the opposite happened. Harry managed to upstage the Wales family. So in terms of this game of who's going to get the most attention in the media, it does look like we've got to give 1 point to Team Sussex now. For a little while it looked like Harry was going to be on his best behavior. He only briefly mentioned his grandmother and the awards ceremony, saying, "I'll know for sure in a year." He's looking at all of us tonight, happy that we're together, and it seems like we're excited for each other. A little fast. We just assumed I was trying to distance myself from his family, but it seems we were wrong. Harry was photographed leaving the church by a member of the public. However, Tom Sykes wrote in the Daily Beast that Harry's church visit was an unusual decision and appeared to be designed to derail his brother's carefully planned appearance in Wales. According to the piece, Harry blasted the royal choreography of the day with a quote, "The fragile divide between Harry and his family was now destroyed." Earlier this week, Telegraph royal editor Victoria Ward reported that Harry and Meghan were stepping away from the royal shock. Meghan and Harry will soon be embarking on glittering new careers, but Harry's little visit to Windsor could indicate that he wasn't playing a prank on his brother at times, even if it was by accident. Although I don't think so, let's take a moment to look at the bigger picture. The only reason Charles, William and Catherine had to share titles with Harry. We will return to this news in a moment, but let's take a break and look at some of the most popular comments from our latest video. Everything is fine. So, in the comments on the first page, everyone seems to agree, no, King Charles is a poor couple. That's not the case at all. Her anger may be spreading those comments, and then the letter K says we don't care if she's snobbish, they deserve worse. We've got Judy's opinion, no, King Charles doesn't need to meet Harry and the Prince. William didn't need to start a conversation with Harry. Harry, no longer a member of the royal family, had his bed made and had to lie in it. I think all of these are good points. After everything Harry and Meghan did, I can't blame Charles and William for not wanting to talk to him on the next page now. I really like this comment from Tennessee. No, she said Meghan was not with Harry. He always felt better if he didn't push him away. You know, I see the same thing, and that's why I want to say, you can call me crazy, maybe I'm crazy, but part of me wishes Harry could just go back to his family and go back to the way he used to be. Part of me still wonders if Harry would be the same bad person if Harry wasn't in the picture. Or did she really brainwash him that much? I understand that Harry was right when Meghan accused her family of being so horrible and told so many lies about her family and especially her brother and father. But still, I strongly believe in forgiveness and recovery. Okay, let's look at Brenda Flowers' 5627 comments. She said it was interesting that her mother was not grieved by family pedophilia, whereas such a family welcomed her brother because he humiliated her mother and distanced herself from him. Son. Oh, I know the woman is black, and so are the kids. This simply cannot happen in a family. Black people attack other kids, and Katie hates her kids being around black kids. Shame on all of them. They probably wanted to keep an eye on this, and when he got there he just said, well, I think she's confusing two different issues because Andrew has brought a lot of shame to the family and they're not taking care of him at work longer. As a royal, he's basically an outcast, and as for the whole issue of Meghan being black, that's fine. First, let's take a look at these invisible children. Well, first of all, we can't believe these photos are actually theirs. But nonetheless, these kids are not black, and even if they were, William and Catherine would not be racists. This has nothing to do with Meghan's skin color or the children's skin color. It all has to do with the behavior we've seen from Meghan and Harry. All lies, all bad accusations. I don't think this comment is fair to William and Catherine. This actually sounds like something Sugar would say. The next page is very interesting because we are supposed to hear the words, "Don't believe it. When you destroy a monarchy, does he turn into a snake? Welcome him." These images will be used in his videos. Remember, he and I were still figuring out how to make money again. This is real. This is what we see. So, I'm not going to disagree with that, but if you look below, you'll see Simone's comments about forgiveness, etc. It's an important Christian value that we should all strive for, ultimately. After all, if Harry can apologize, can Charles and William find a way to forgive him? Can they let him back into their lives? Still alive now that he may not return to a public role, but regardless, imagine how inspiring that would be if he could return to his family and be vindicated. The story of a prince who loses his way and realizes he was wrong. Came back, apologized to his family, and they showed him love instead of rejection. I know this may not be realistic, but we can still dream. Okay, the last comment I want to share with you is from the UK. The man apologized, but I disagreed with the first narrator that the king should not have tried to reconcile with Harry. Harry needs to apologize for all the lies he and Meghan told Oprah. This book and countless other tragic victims. Common sense. I agree with you. And then this person said the second point. William isn't competing with Harry, he's just doing his royal duty of arranging parking spots. Photos they know of other family members are number 3. It's not sad that Harry was alone and didn't see his family. It is a pity that he sold them all for money. If he was my son, I would be heartbroken, but I wouldn't waste time trying to make amends, knowing that it was only a matter of time before the toxic twins caught fire. Even more care for the families who gave them everything. I disagree with the points you presented. I know where you're coming from and you're right. I especially agree with you that Harry needs to redeem himself in this situation. So I really want to ask you, please feel free to leave a comment. To answer this question, I would like to ask you whether Harry sincerely apologized to his family. Do you think the royal family should accept this, or should they sack him? Sorry, I can't reply to all your comments, but please stay tuned. Anyway, back to the main content. So we have solid evidence that Harry has incredible gravity, even though he doesn't care about it. I left a long time ago, I don't know, I smoked weed and ate mushrooms. We may be approaching the event's 4th anniversary. Of course, the resignations were heard around the world. It's a royal break at the palace that we'll probably never forget, but still, even today, Harry and Meghan are still so closely connected to the royal family as far as the public and media are concerned, and perhaps even personally as well. In the last year, between their docu-series, Harry and Meghan and Harry's books, they have shared 20 hours of them talking about how problematic the firm is. The way I came to that figure is the Netflix series comes in at almost 6 hours viewing, and the audio version of Harry's book is more than 15 hours. So obviously Harry and Meghan are still very much involved in the royal narrative, and it shouldn't come as a surprise that Harry's Windsor Chapel visit has gotten a lot of attention. It really just shows the stranglehold that Meghan and Harry have kept over the public's imagination, but we need to make it clear that is not the same as people supporting or holding a favorable view of them. In the UK, 63% of people hold a negative view of Harry and 68% hold an unfavorable view of Meghan, and then in the US they do a little bit better, but not much better. Less than half Americans surveyed by 48% liked Harry as of polling that was done in July. So it looks like the real problem that Meghan and Harry are facing right now is that while they are the objects of fascination, the way the public feels about them is rather complicated, and most people are not fans of the way they're always attacking Harry's family. Another problem they have is that even though many people are obsessed with them, that's something that's a lot harder to make money off of than just the plain old adoration they used to have when they were still members of the royal family. And this is only the beginning, because let's remember, we've got Invictus Games, and William and Catherine are going to be traveling to France for the Rugby World Cup. All 4 members of what used to be called are going to be out and about at almost the same time, all at sporting events. It looks like something big is going to happen. Will this be a victory for Wales or for the team as a whole? I think you know who I am. Please watch and find out. Do you agree with this view? Yes, please, that I can share my videos with anyone who likes it. If not, please tell me why. I want it to be a conversation and not just one-sided. I'm open to other opinions. Don't be afraid to hit the subscribe button. See more updates from the Princess Diana News YouTube channel below. Thanks again for listening. Goodbye, we'll be back to see you tonight.